As someone who worked for Costco for a total of 3.5 years in the optical department, I can be a testament that when I walked into my department, there was a big board on the side of the wall that said diversity. That's what Costco has always strived for, is diversity in the workplace. We have people of all different ethnicities, of all different religions, of all different sexual orientations. Where I specifically worked in the department, we could have tattoos. We didn't even have to wear, proper clothing that said Costco shirts. We could wear whatever we want for the most part, as long as it didn't offend anybody, and everything was fine and dandy. So, in terms of personal experience, Costco is a great company to work for. However, there always has to be that one person, that one ridiculous, moronic guy or woman who sues for the most illogical reason you can possibly imagine. Hey, I'm gonna eat at McDonald's for 7 days a week for 1 entire year. Oh, I'm fat, unhealthy, and now I have heart disease. I'm gonna sue McDonald's for making me gain all this weight and be unhealthy. Oh, I spilled hot chocolate or hot coffee in my lap. Although it says, warning, hot, I spilled it, I'm going to sue them as a company. So in today's story, we have one stupid Muslim. He is suing Costco Wholesale for, let's see what his reason is.
Exclusive, a man suing Costco for religious discrimination. He says when he refused to work with pork, the major retailer sent him outside to collect carts. Long Island reporter Kristen Thorne spoke exclusively with him about the lawsuit and joins us with more on what he says happened. Kristen?
Well, Sade, Gene Camara is a devout Muslim. We just finished meeting with him and his attorney here at his attorney's office in Baldwin. This is the religious discrimination lawsuit, and it details how Camara asked his managers if he could have a position inside, but he says they kept telling him there were no positions available. The case is now before a jury in federal courts in Brooklyn.
Just because you have a different belief, that doesn't give anybody the right to treat you different.
I completely, utterly agree with you. Just because you have a different belief does not mean that they should treat you differently. And see, here we have a situation where the company did what they possibly could for your request for special treatment. You want to be all religious-y and sit and work with a cashier and refuse to touch sealed pork. Okay, your sealed pork, bottled alcohol, you're working at a cash register, you have to scan items, and if you want a special treatment and you say, I can't touch these things because I'm a Muslim and that's against my religious beliefs, and they account for that, they say, okay, well, we're gonna have to move you to outside pushing carts because there's no available positions anywhere else that we can put you right now. So that's what we're gonna have to do. So you ask for special treatment, you get special treatment, you get put into a different area, and you're still not happy, and you're claiming religious discrimination? Now, what would be discrimination is if you made this request and they said, really, you're asking that? Well, you're fired. No, they accounted for your request. They took the time to put you in a different department, which is pushing carts. You may not like that, and yet you still have the audacity and guts to sue a company for whatever reason for religious discrimination, which doesn't even fall under the line of religious discrimination to begin with. Did they fire you because you're a Muslim? No. Did they fire you because you're a different color? No.
That's why Gene Camara says he's doing what he's doing, suing Costco for religious employment discrimination. The devout Muslim says he was working as a cashier's assistant at this Costco in Sunset Park, Brooklyn in September of 2012 when pork came across the conveyor belt. It's against his religious beliefs to touch either pork or alcohol. Camara says after telling his managers this, they transferred him outside collecting the shopping carts. He says they never told him why he was reassigned.
I think as this case progresses in the trial that we're involved in now, I think that the facts are going to come out and they're going to speak for themselves.
Like, this gets me worked up just talking about this because this guy is clearly out to get money if he even somehow wins this. I really hope he doesn't, and that all this time and effort can be wasted because he's so moronic and dumb to not even know what actual religious discrimination is. They did not fire you because of your religious beliefs. They were okay with your religious beliefs. The management did a perfect job of moving you to a different department, which then you say you don't understand why they moved you to a different department. Are you stupid? Yes, obviously you are. Someone on my personal Facebook wrote this. It's a great example. I might as well get a job as a prostitute and refuse to have sex for religious reasons, then I still demand to get paid. If Costco Wholesale sat back and said, You believe that touching meat is wrong, therefore you're fired. That would be religious discrimination. If they said, you're against abortion, you're fired. You are in the lunchroom and you prayed for your food and fired you. Religious discrimination. I really do hope that we all can agree that this is an outlandish class action lawsuit and that people like this don't even deserve to be fucking employed. They'll do anything, say anything, twist anything to get money from a company, using their religion as a mechanism for that.
Conduct.
We all share different beliefs. You know, so we all should be treated equally, no matter what belief we have.
This Muslim guy goes on this tangent about, they are not treating me equally. All religious beliefs should be respected equally. And while I agree with that sentiment, how exactly are they, I'm asking you, how exactly are they not treating you equally? What they did was a perfectly equal treatment. They move you to a different department and you're still not happy. And I wouldn't be happy either if I had a religion that was against me eating pork. I mean, holy crap muffins, I would probably disintegrate into a pile of sawdust not having my bacon every single morning. Perhaps this is just my mean side, but I would love to find this guy's car, open a package of bacon, take the bacon that has not been cooked and wrap it around his door handles. Therefore, he could never get in his car because bacon touched his car. I do a round of applause to Costco for doing this. They stood their ground and did a good job, and not letting idiots like this get what they want. If a company employs you and you can't handle the job that you were even hired for, what's the company gonna do? They're either gonna fire you, and especially when they make amends to actually put you in a different department and you're still not happy and you still file a lawsuit. But if this lawsuit doesn't show you how dumb this guy already is, let's actually think about realistically, is he actually touching pork? The answer is no, because the pork is wrapped around plastic. It is wrapped around the pork in styrofoam, but somehow still touching the plastic, which is wrapped around the pork, so he's actually not touching it, is still emotional breakdown for him. I just can't touch plastic. Let's even take it a step further. The carts that he was moving, putting back in the store, I guarantee you those shopping carts at one point had pork in them. So he obviously can't work there. The Costco has pork in the entire store, so he might as well not work at Costco because there's pork in the vicinity. In fact, I would argue the reverse of this entire lawsuit to begin with, that this is not religious discrimination against a Muslim, it's a Muslim using discrimination against a company, although I usually don't defend companies or corporations. I mean, is he not demanding that his religious practices be the more mainstream thing? Are you not discriminating everyone else around you and the company itself when you demand, to adhere to your religious principles? Anyways, my fellow reptiles, I'm done here. Link is down below if you want to read more on the article. Welcome to America, where people can sue over anything, even if it's not true.